Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about a couple of alternate approaches to few things that we have done. So one of the things that I want to talk about is how remember in the last video when we were appending a new item, we were actually reloading the collection view. This is actually perfect if you're loading a new data and refreshing your data source. Then you can actually do this. The alternate approach to this is where you can actually create an index path. So basically create an index path with row 0 and section 0, and then you just say collection view dot insert item and then do index path like so. Now if you do this, what's going to happen is basically your item is going to be added at the beginning of the collection view. So if you notice, there's a bit of an animation and all the other rows shift to the right, and if there's no space, then they shift at the bottom, and that's how it's basically adding a new element every single time. Now you must be wondering what's in this right here in the console for me that's showing up. So if in case this is showing up for you as well, so that's another thing I want to quickly talk about. So what you can do is you can go to your target, select the edit scheme, make sure you are at run debug mode, and you are at arguments tab, and then go ahead and add a new environment variable, and this environment variable is called os underscore activity underscore mode, and just give it a value disable. And once you do that, and if you go ahead and rerun your project, what you should see is all those messages should disappear. So basically what they were just like activity progress logs that Xcode adds. So we don't really need those, so that's why we have just removed that. So in case you are seeing that, you can remove it that way. Now third thing that I want to talk about is basically how we were passing this data to our uh, detail view. So in our detail view, when you select when you select an item, you actually what you see is basically this item there in the next screen, and what we were doing is we were passing that as a sender, and then we were receiving that and casting that sender as string, and then using it. So if let's say you don't want to do this, or you have something else to send in sender, then what you can do alternatively is you can actually get collection views index path for selected item. So let's take a look at that option. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm gonna comment this, and I'm gonna use the same variable name, and we're gonna say guard let index is equal to collection view dot index path for index paths for selected item selected items. And we know that we only have the first one because we only have one that was selected, so we can actually select that one. So this is going to give it the give the index for that particular index for that particular selected item. If it's not there, we're simply going to return from here. And what this gives us is basically the item. So we can say selected, or I can paste it, selected item, and simply say data index dot item. So index actually has the index path. So this returns the index path, and you get the selected item, and that selected item has the same item that we were actually passing through sender. So now with this change, if we rerun our project, what you should see is basically same behavior. So behavior is not going to change, but you should still be able to pass data back and forth. Okay, this is also useful. Let's say if you have multiple items selected on the screen and you want to pass them onto the next screen, all of them, then you don't have to like put first in here. You can just like get all the index paths um, using this property right here for the collection view, and then you can pass all those index. You can loop over your data and pass all that data that whatever selected items were there. In our case, we are only dealing with single selection. That's why we are actually doing the first selected. Now we're gonna see like how multiple selection and everything works when we get onto delete part of collection view, because that's where we can actually allow user to select multiple items and they would be able to delete those multiple items, whatever they have made a selection for. Okay, so yeah, so that was it. I just wanted to make sure we cover all these like random items that don't fit in a container. Like if I find anything else that doesn't fit somewhere, or there's an alternate approach, I'll actually continue doing this, where I would actually create a video that's gonna have all these alternate approaches. Okay, so all right, stay tuned, and in the next video we're gonna be talking about delete items. All right, thanks again for watching.